Today I'm going to be working with some Heidi Swapp mistable butterflies. They come 11 to a package in a variety of different sizes, and I've used 3 of the sizes on this card, and I'm going to do something very similar but using some different color mist. For this one I used the gold, the tinsel, and the bronze, and when you mist the butterflies I found the color, like the bronze, came out quite a bit lighter than it does when you mist it on paper, as it is shown here in the background. So what I'm starting with is a piece of cardstock. This is Stampin Up Naturals White. You could use just plain white cardstock. I'll find that this works really well with mist. And I'm taking one of the medium to large butterflies, and I'm going to position it kind of catty-cornered, maybe even a little bit off the paper, because I've got some other background paper. I have 3 different colors of mist: the Heidi Swapp Mint Green, the Tinsel, and the Peach. So I think I'm going to start with the Tinsel. Shake it till I hear the little ball move. And then give this a mist or 2, kind of over to one side. As I say, it takes a little bit more mist, I think, to get these butterflies some color. And then I'm going to move my butterfly to another position and go with the green this time. Ooh, I got a lot of mist on that one. That one saturated really good. Okay, and let's see if we can get a little bit of mist down here on the bottom of the butterfly. So position it down here towards the bottom. Maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Alright. And then the effect I'm going for is for you to be able to see the butterflies on the background paper, as well as getting some mist color on the butterfly itself. So then when I position it on the card, you'll have the color of the butterfly as well as the background paper. I decided to add one more spritz of the tinsel color, so I positioned the butterfly back in its original spot. Just a little bit more tinsel. That'll accentuate that spot and add a little bit more color to the butterfly. And now on the packaging, it kind of shows that you should blot off the excess mist, but I didn't really find that was necessary. In fact, when I was doing this first card, I found that when I blotted off the gold, I had no gold left, so I thought it was just better to let it dry. But you could experiment, of course, with what worked best, and it wouldn't have to be these Heidi Swapp butterflies. You could do this technique with anything else that's mistable. Maybe the Studio Calico mistable canvas pieces would work well also. Okay, I've stamped my greeting on, and I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon here around the end. I'm actually just going to put a little bit of tape on this because I'm going to be sewing this part of the card onto the base. So I'll take that to the machine and stitch it down and then come back and add the butterfly. Okay, I'm going to add a brad right here. And I'm going to go through all the layers. They're stitched down now. I would be putting something on the inside of this anyway to cover all that stitching, just a piece of probably thin designer paper to cover that up. Okay, now I'm ready for my butterfly. It's the final touch. And I decided to add some antenna. I don't always do antenna with my butterfly. I didn't do them on the other card I was showing you. But I decided to do antenna for these. And what I used for my antenna was some wire out of ribbon that has wire in it. I just peeled back a little bit of the ribbon and cut some of the wire out. And I'm going to take this and position it where I want it to be under the butterfly. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is put, again, a little piece of tape because the butterfly is going to cover this. Let's make sure that's the right place. Yeah, it's a good place for them. Just a little bit straighter. Okay, now that they're in place, I'm going to add a little bit of glossy accents as an adhesive to hold them in place, just a tiny little dab. And when that dries, then the antennae are fixed down, and I'll use some liquid pearls over the top of it. And this is the effect. I did a little sample on scrap paper, and that's the effect you'll get. So the butterfly will lay over the top. And that'll finish up the card. So here's the final card. Thanks for joining me today.